Good morning. I'm Sandy Walden, your Master Grief Coach. This morning, I thought I would talk a little bit about purpose. It's not unusual when we're experiencing grief to feel as though our purpose has disappeared, gone away, or ended. And I want you to know that I believe our purpose shifts, changes, or expands. I also don't believe we have one purpose throughout our entire lives. Um, I believe when we are an infant, a child, a teenager, our purpose may be one thing. Actually, I think it's more than that. But I believe our purpose continues to evolve as we do. Many years ago, I was part of an online forum as a moderator. I spent many, many hours there every week, and it was truly an honor and privilege. And one day we were having a conversation, the woman who developed the site as well as the moderators. And she asked each person before they came to this conversation to think about, consider, and decide what their purpose was. It was incredibly humbling. I was on this call, it was a phone call back then, this is before Zoom. As I listened to these people express their purpose in ways that were truly heart filling. Now, this was a group for people who were supporting, it was a group for people who had lost someone to suicide. So almost every one of them defined their purpose as preventing suicide in some way, large or small. I was the last one they came to, and I kind of felt like, oh my gosh, am I doing this wrong? Should that be my purpose? But because I like to do homework, when I'm given homework, I had made notes. And so while I desperately wanted to feel like I was enough, it was important to be true to who I was. So I had done some writing. And what I came down to, my bottom line was, I believe my purpose is to be happy. I believe my purpose is to live a life of love and joy. Now I didn't fit in with the other people. But the truth is, when I stepped back, I realized that they were defining their purpose because this is what was giving their life meaning in this moment. And perhaps for years to come. I don't know. So this morning I was responding to some people, or someone rather, who had asked about training to be a master grief coach. And I found myself thinking that, you know what? Each of those people had indeed targeted what is part of my life purpose, part of my life purpose. Here I am, all these years later. In December, it will be 10 years since my youngest son, Mike, died of suicide. And I realized that my purpose is still to live a life of joy and love. Part of that is reaching out to and supporting others who are experiencing grief for whatever reason. And that's why I do grief coaching. I find it very fulfilling. We move through these sessions together, never alone. And I also find that I find myself living an aspect of my purpose when I train others to be a master grief coach. Again, it's a very fulfilling experience because I know that this these tools, these trainings, these, I'm not even sure what language to use, these methods, these opportunities to expand and heal are reaching many, many more people. I will forever be grateful that I had had several trainings as a coach before my son died. What I understood and what I knew supported me in ways that I could never have expected. And that's another reason why I feel as though an aspect of my purpose at this point in my life is to continue to reach out to others, to offer them grief coaching so that they know they're not alone as they walk this path, and so that I can help them discover what tools work for them. And it's also an incredibly powerful part of my life purpose to train others to be a master grief coach. I don't know if this is right for you or not. If it is, let me know. I'll put a link below here if you'd like to have a conversation about this, to explore what's right for you. When I train coaches, and right now we're talking about those who are focused on grief, some do indeed become professional coaches, but not everyone. Many use the tools that they've learned for their own healing. They may take it into their other career, or they may use it in whatever way is right for them. There's no one size fits all. But everything we learn is a way of growing and expanding. And I believe everything we learn is a way of taking another step into healing. What is your purpose today? I'd love if you'd share with me. It might align with mine, it might be completely different. I often say that when I was 4 years old, I think my main purpose in life was to discern the difference between paste and glue and which tasted better. When I was a young woman, my purpose was to keep my children happy, most of all, to keep them safe and healthy, to teach them the best that I could. My purpose now is very different. My surviving sons are thriving. I could not be more proud of all three of my children, and of course, that includes Mikey on the other side. Part of my purpose is sharing all of the things I will forever love and appreciate about Mike with my surviving sons, with my daughter in law, with my grandchildren. My husband and I certainly talk about and celebrate him. Part of my purpose is reminding those who are grieving the death of someone they love that their connection is not over, not by a long shot. It's changed, but it's not over. Part of my purpose at this point in my life. Okay, I've got my son's two bulldogs knocking against the door. So apparently part of my purpose is also attend to Winston and Burger, the happy, very needy bulldogs. So I'm going to have to make this quick or they're going to start making really loud noises. What is your purpose? Share. Maybe it's to bake. Maybe your purpose is to brighten up the world with your gardening. I know an amazing woman, actually, I know many who are, a few that come to mind immediately, who are master gardeners. And oh my goodness, they bring beauty to the world in so many ways. What is your purpose? Is it to bring laughter? Is it to share your heart through poetry? Is it to have conversations with people? Is your purpose to bring the safety and the warmth and compassion of a hot cup of tea with people you care about? That's bringing love. What is your purpose? I'd love to talk about this. Please share. Please share your thoughts, your feelings. If you'd like to know about training to become a master grief coach or work with me to further your own healing, again, I'll put the link below. Today, I want to remind you then I believe you are living your purpose. I hope you're aware of it. If you're not, I hope that awareness comes to you. And I wish you a day of peace and gentle healing. Namaste.